Every change in your life is always a test of your faith. Let's read from Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not rely on your own insight. In all your ways acknowledge Him and He will make straight your path. Have you ever faced a season of change that left you feeling uncertain and afraid? Maybe you lost a job, moved to a new city, new country, or faced a difficult loss. Change is a natural part of life, yet it can often feel unsettling. However, as believers, we can find comfort knowing God never ever changed. His plan remains steady and His love for us is unshaken. How do we hold on to our faith when everything around us feels uncertain? The Bible reminds us in Romans 8:28 that even when change feels difficult, God is working everything together for who? Our good. Not every transition will be easy, but God can use even the hardest moments to shape us into the people He has called us to be. Are you resisting change or trusting that God can use it for your growth? Joseph's story in Genesis is a perfect example of how God used life's unexpected turns for His greater purpose. Sold into slavery by his brothers, Joseph endured years of hardship before rising to a position of great influence in Egypt. Despite the betrayal and trials he faced, he later told to his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Do you trust that God is working even in situations that seems unfair or painful? The reality is that every change is a test of faith. We can either resist and fear the unknown, or we can choose to believe that God is leading us through it. Proverbs 3:5-6 tells us to trust the Lord and not rely on our own understandings. So no matter how uncertain the road may seem, we can walk forward confidently knowing that God is already there. What change in your life do you need to surrender to God today? Change is never easy, but it is an opportunity to strengthen our faith. Instead of worrying about the unknown, spend more time in a prayer and in the Word of God, anchoring yourself in God's promises. Are you trusting God with your next steps, or are you letting fear control your decisions? Ask God to help you see change from His perspective. What feels uncertain to you is already known to Him. Write it down, one area of change in your life, and declare, "God, I trust you in this." Keep reminding yourself that His plans for you are good, and He will guide you through every transition. God bless everyone.